and I tweeted this a couple weeks ago, that if you take the 8 cable networks that target black people, that either black-owned or target black people, combined, they do 1,344 hours of television a week. And out of those 1,344, there is not a single hour dedicated to a news show. I keep saying, black folk, that we are entertaining ourselves, laughing ourselves to death. You gotta have a place for Tanya, that girl's mama, to be able to call and say, do so, and I'm keep the thing on my daughter.
She's going to be on my show if I can before the week is out, and we're going to repeat it. But it's this thing called, they call it infotainment. In other words, the information has to be presented in an entertaining way. And it's got us all screwed up. Because there's nothing entertaining about a missing young woman who is out there. Because
if that was your daughter or your sister or your niece, you want somebody talking about the story as well.
Or my neighbor.
That's right. Final thoughts, Deshandra, I'm going to start with you. Whatever you want to say.
All right. You know what? When we were talking about that Maryland legislator, you know, we have to demand better. I want to say that for Virginia, we've got to demand better of our elected officials. You know, I'm sorry, it does matter that Northam is still governor in blackface, and his wife thinks it's okay to hand out cotton balls to kids who are visiting the governor's mansion. For me, that's offensive. But we can't get past it if we don't call it out and if we don't demand better.
Joe?
Well, I do want to give Elijah Cummings credit. He ran one hell of a committee meeting. Now, and he's been waiting 6-8 years to be in that position. And what I love more than anything else is when he turned to his fellow congressman,
Jim Jordan,
and not the Jim Jordan, the other one,
Mark Meadows.
Mark Meadows, and said, "I'm the chairman. This is I have the power." I want folks to pay attention to that. I give Elijah Cummings credit. He ran a hell of a committee hearing.
Tiffany.
I'll just say 2 things. One, I agree with that. One is it always matters who we elect, and this is why. We saw it today in all these stories. It matters who you choose in elections. We saw the mayor race in Chicago. We got elections coming up for gubernatorial races in Louisiana, Kentucky, and in Mississippi this year. DA races, local races. Every race matters. And 2, every election race matters. And 2, it is really, really important that we figure out the campaign to get white people to pay when they do something effed up, like all the things that we saw during Black History Month this year. I want white people to pay for their actions, and we have to figure out that campaign.
Now, Roland, what's her title?
National College Director.
Oh, okay. That long 2-sided business card.
Put some respect on my name.
Because it takes about 20 minutes to go through all your titles. All right, y'all, so here's my final comments. You heard me talk about what we have here. Here's the reality. I just want y'all to understand. I know there's a whole bunch of other people out there, you know, and they pull up their laptop and they talk on YouTube. But here's the reality. This is the only news show that's a digital show targeting black people. And you got to understand this, and I'm just keep saying it. We got to fund our freedom. That black mama, CNN has not called her.
That's right.
MSNBC has not called Tanya. Fox News has not called her. ABC, CBS, NBC. So when are we going to put our money where our mouth is and support shows that matter? Now, I'm going to just be honest with y'all. When TV One ended my show, there were people, they still hit me up. Man, we would love for you to go back to CNN, love for you to go back to MSNBC, but let me help y'all out. If I had a show on one of those networks and that sister emailed me, I would have to ask somebody else, can we put her on the show? And somebody else would say, we think that there are other stories that are more important. Y'all, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm 50. I run 3 black newspapers, a black website, news editor for a black magazine. I'm not interested in asking somebody white, can I? I'm just being straight up. I'm not. I'm not interested in basically asking pretty much white men who run media, can I please go report on black people? I'm just not. And so it's a personal sacrifice saying we're going to launch this show and do all the stuff that we're doing. But I tell you what, I put this show up against anything else out there where all they doing is talking about Trump and his latest damn tweet all day. The reality is we need your support to actually make this happen. Because I'll be honest, if you don't support it, this show goes away. I appreciate Ford Cares being one of our partners. I appreciate D. Herbs. I appreciate Bishop T.D. Jakes and his Pastors and Leadership Conference. But the reality is your dollars also make this thing go. And so I want you to go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can do a monthly give, a yearly give. You know, our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans to give an average of $50 each. Joe has already given his $100 to make this thing happen. This is about us controlling our own destiny. So I want you to go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Right now, I'm looking. It's 1,148 of you watching on YouTube as we speak. If I go over here to Periscope, and see, I'm gonna go ahead and call y'all out. If all the folks on YouTube watching gave, you literally will double the number of people who've actually given thus far. If I go to Periscope right now, there are more than about 100 folks who are watching on Periscope. We had about 600 earlier on Facebook. The point I'm making is this here. I'm tired of asking somebody else to tell our story. We must control our narrative. And so go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.